Hey, this is Craig Ballantyne from earlytorise.com and author of The Perfect Day Formula. And today you're going to get my 5 top travel tips. Now, stuff to take with you so that you make the journey smooth as possible, because we all know that going to the airport, it's really frustrating. So how can we make these flights more enjoyable? How can we make sure that we don't end up starving on the plane or bored out of our minds? Well, first of all, you take a copy of my book. I always travel with one. Grab your free copy at freeperfectdaybook.com. And now let's talk about what I travel with. So we've got some little props here. We're gonna go through and I'm gonna show you. So I travel with protein bars all the time. So I've got Epic protein bars. These are like beef jerky. They're really fantastic. I like the turkey ones. And these salmon ones are a little peppery. They're pretty good. I also like these paleo protein bars. Now there's only a couple flavors that I eat. Usually this Devil's Food Cake one. I like them. They're an acquired taste. Meanwhile, the most popular protein bar that I know is BioTrust Protein Bar, and you will love those. Those things travel really well. Now, they might get a little squished, but they keep really well. I also travel with walnuts all the time, and of course, apples, and you can buy that stuff at the airport. The apples and fruit and bananas at the airport. There's no excuse just because you're in the airport that you get to eat junk and Cinnabons all the time, right? Don't go to Annie Ann's and buy the giant pretzel. Instead, get some nuts, almonds, fruit, and that way you'll power yourself through your flight. Now here's another thing that I do is I drink boxed water. And so when I don't drink bottled water anymore from plastic bottles, because that's not great for you, and that's a whole nother video. But what I do is I take these empty boxes of water, or I take a Swell bottle, which are really nicely designed water bottles, and I fill them up at an airport so that I have my water with me, but I don't buy plastic bottles, so I save money and I avoid the harmful effects of plastic. So those are my recommendations on how you should travel to make sure that you get enough water. And one other thing is, don't drink water from the taps on the plane. That stuff is terrible. You shouldn't even have coffee or tea made on the plane, because that water just sits there, and man, I don't know how good that is for you. So I don't drink coffee or tea on the plane either, just the water that I bring in my own bottle. All right, so the next thing that I do, I gotta have a little admission here. I'm a bit of a germaphobe, and so I carry these alcohol swabs with me all the time. And sometimes those, those things that you can clean your face with, those nice little wipes, because I have seen the craziest things put on those trays. I've seen babies on top of them. I've seen people put their dirty feet on top of them. You do not want to touch those trays with your food or your hands, really. So you want to wipe them down. Well, at least the germaphobes like me do. And the other dirtiest part of your seat on an airplane is your seat belt buckle. So I always wipe my hands down after I touch that. So yes, you can call me a modern day Howard Hughes. I don't care what you call me. You can make fun of me. I am a germaphobe, but I don't get sick and I travel a lot. And so that's one of my secrets. All right, so next, here's something that I do, and you can make fun of me for this as well. I always make sure that I travel with an eye mask and earplugs. So, I might look like a 90-year-old woman when I go to sleep at night, and might even use those that eye mask on the plane and the earplugs, but I sleep really well on airplanes. And I sleep really well in hotels with all the crazy sounds from the air conditioning and all the lights that are all over the place. So I've been all over the world and I have a great night's sleep in a Holiday Inn or a fancy hotel because I travel with my old eye mask and my earplugs. All right, and then one more thing that helps me get a good night's sleep is this little supplement here. It's called Sprayable Sleep. It is actually transdermal melatonin. And what that means is you spray the melatonin on your skin, it absorbs better into your bloodstream than taking pills, and it helps you fall asleep, adjust the time zones, overcome jet lag. It's fantastic. Again, that is Sprayable Sleep. And then finally, this isn't something I take on the plane, but it is an awesome travel tip. And it is to, when I land, I go directly to a grocery store. I don't pass go, I don't collect $200. Instead, I go to the grocery store, I stock up on the supplies that I need, especially if I'm staying at a seminar for several days. Fruit, nuts, protein bars if I can, the boxed water. I do my best to stay on my regular nutrition routine. And when you do that, you really don't get that off your routine or off your schedule. You have a good night's sleep, you don't get jet lagged as much, and you come home without being totally exhausted. and you make your travel and your trip actually effective, and you don't get too stressed out about it. So do that. Pack the right snacks, have the right water, have the book, The Perfect Day Formula to keep you busy. It's only a 90-minute read. You should get it through on a nice flight. Make sure that you, if you're a germaphobe like me, take your little sanitization stuff, and then make sure that you have planned in advance ways that you're going to have a good night's sleep. Make sure that you have your eye mask and your earplugs, have a nice cool room, and do the best you can to stay on schedule. That is perfect planning to have a perfect day when you travel. I'm Craig Ballantyne from earlytorise.com. Make sure you get a free copy of my book at freeperfectdaybook.com, and it'll help you design the rest of your life to really maximize your results.